Today we're going to tie the pine squirrel leech for you, and you can buy the material on the skin just zonked or pre-packaged just in strips. You can buy just the strips and packaging. We tie a lot of these flies, so tend to buy it in bulk, zonked on the skin. It's called a pine squirrel. The actual skin is a pine squirrel, and the zonks are really thin. The fibers really flow in the water. It's great for tying mini leeches, and the pattern we're going to tie today, we just call it a pine squirrel leech. And so you just need that. We tie it on a natural bend hook, size 10, 12s, and 14s, and a 270. And we hope you enjoy this pattern today. And we'll get started. Okay, let's tie this critter. We're going to use a 270 size 10 natural bend Dairiki hook. We're going to use some red thread today so you can see what's going on. You can use whatever color you wish to use. Rusty brown would be good for this fly we're going to tie today, since we're tying it in a crawdad orange color. And I'm just going to cover the shank of the hook with the thread to create a nice good base. And we're going to wrap that thread all the way back to the bend of the hook here before we tie in the material. And we want to tie that back so that when we let go of our thread, it's hanging even with the barb of the hook. So when I hang it straight down, it should be hanging right even with the barb, and it's a little bit short. It's a great reference when you're tying any net to tying your tail, so that when you want to tie your tail as a reference point, when you hang that thread, it's hanging even with the barb of the hook. Trim out our tag. Now we're just going to measure this tail about the length of the shank of the hook. So that's pretty long there. You can see it sticks way back, so we're going to shorten that up just by grabbing the material, separating it out on the skin. That's a little more appropriate there for proportions. I'm going to shorten it up. I like it even a little shorter. Just going to lay that on top of the shank of the hook. We're going to wrap that first wrap on there until we grab that material. We're going to go through that little gap a good 3-4 times. Really secure that in place. Pull this material back out of your way, and we're going to just wrap it up about the middle of the hook. And we're going to separate the material again and secure it one more time. You can see that V there in between the material. I'm just going to continue to go through that same gap good 3 or 4 times. And then we're going to lift the material back out of the way again. And we're going to go back up here to about the 1/3 point, because we're going to create a collar on this guy. Separate the material again. Get good 3 or 4 wraps once more. And this time I'm just going to take that thread all the way up to the eye of the hook. Get it out of our way. To create the collar, we're just going to wrap the material, and each time we make a wrap, we're going to pull and stroke the material back towards the rear of the hook. And that helps create that collar that flows to the rear. So each time I come up here, I'm grabbing all that material and stroking it to the rear. And when I tie off the fly, I like to tie off the material after I made the wrap and the material's underneath. So we're going to tie it off and kind of wiggle that thread through there. So I've made good 3 wraps there. Secure it down. Steady your scissors by, notice how I support my hand when I'm trimming stuff here. You give yourself some support. As you get older like me, you start shaking a lot. All the support you can get helps. I'm going to trim a little more of that skin out of the way here so we can create a head. Okay, I've trimmed a little bit of that skin out of my way here so I can build a whip finish here. And I like to use my hands. Oops, we pull the hook a little hard there. Because I can reach in and grab that material and keep it stroked back out of my way. I'm just going to whip finish forward, 3 or 4 turns. Once again, I support my hands as I'm cutting my material. And this is the Pine Squirrel Leech. We tie it in crawdad orange, natural, sculpin olive, and black. We generally only use the black on a dark cloudy day. But it's a great point fly, easy to tie. It's a great attractive pattern. We put it in front of our red rockworms, scuds, or Beta's patterns. Generally all year long we use this pattern. And hope you've enjoyed this pattern, and we're going to add some more to the library as we go. This one, I wanted to start with this one because it was a fairly easy fly to tie. We hope you could check back and as we add more videos, and we hope you enjoy them. Thanks for watching.